Welcome back to my channel, Valuable Rare Coins. If you love discovering hidden treasures in your pocket change, you're in the right place. First, we'll uncover some of the most valuable and rare US coins that could be worth a fortune. Let's dive in. We're going to take a deep dive into one of the standout coins from the 50 State Quarters program, the Connecticut Quarter, minted in Philadelphia in 1999. At first glance, it might look like just another quarter, but once you uncover its rich symbolism, historical significance, and rarity, you'll see why it's so highly coveted among collectors. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at the potential value this coin could hold. Connecticut, one of the original 13 colonies, is known as the Constitution State, and its quarter beautifully pays tribute to this heritage. The reverse design of the 1999 Connecticut Quarter showcases three grapevines, representing the colony's early settlers and their efforts in viticulture. Each vine stands for one of the three original settlements of Connecticut: Windsor, Hartford, and Wethersfield. Above these vines, the word Connecticut arches gracefully, and below, you'll find the date 1788, marking the year Connecticut ratified the United States Constitution. The artistry on this coin is subtle yet powerful, symbolizing growth, history, and resilience, the very traits that helped shape the state. On the obverse side, as expected, you'll find the classic portrait of George Washington, with the P mint mark indicating it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. Now, millions of these quarters were minted and released into circulation, making it a fairly common coin for everyday use. But here's where things get interesting. While many Connecticut quarters have been handled roughly over the years, a small number have survived in exceptional condition, almost as if they were frozen in time. These pristine coins are the holy grails for collectors, commanding premium prices due to their rarity and sharp details. In addition to condition, certain Connecticut quarters feature minting anomalies or errors that make them even more valuable. For example, some coins exhibit doubling on the lettering or on the grapevines themselves, known as doubled die errors. Others might show slight variations in the placement of the mint mark or other subtle minting quirks. These anomalies are like a fingerprint of the minting process, a unique characteristic that makes each error coin a one-of-a-kind collectible. If you happen to have a Connecticut quarter from 1999, it's worth taking a closer look. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect the coin's details carefully. Look for any doubling in the letters, especially in Connecticut or the date. Also, check the grapevines for unusual doubling or irregularities. Assess the coin's overall condition. Is it free from scratches, discoloration, and wear? If your coin is exceptionally well preserved and has any of these mint errors, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC assign official grades that help establish a coin's authenticity and condition, which is crucial when selling or auctioning rare coins. High-grade, error-bearing Connecticut quarters can attract serious attention from collectors and investors worldwide. So, what is the potential value of this coin? While most circulated Connecticut quarters are worth just their face value or a small premium, one incredibly rare, flawless, and error-bearing Connecticut quarter from the Philadelphia Mint recently stunned collectors by fetching an astonishing price. That price? A jaw-dropping $70,000. Yes, $70,000 for a single quarter. This coin is a perfect example of how history, rarity, and condition can combine to create something truly extraordinary in the world of coin collecting. Next time you come across a Connecticut quarter from 1999, don't just toss it aside. It could be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Second rare coin, we're diving into a fascinating piece of America's numismatic and cultural heritage, the Nebraska Quarter from 2006, minted in Denver and marked with a D. This isn't just any quarter. It's part of the celebrated 50 State Quarters series that brought the stories of each state to life through beautiful and meaningful coin designs. But the Nebraska Quarter holds a special place not only for its artistic charm, but also for its surprising value in the collector's market. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed just how much this quarter could be worth. Nebraska, the Cornhusker state, has a rich history tied deeply to agriculture, pioneering spirit, and natural beauty. The 2006 quarter's reverse design perfectly captures the spirit by showcasing the iconic Chimney Rock, one of Nebraska's most famous landmarks. Chimney Rock was a critical guidepost for pioneers traveling westward on the Oregon Trail and symbolizes the courage and determination of early settlers. Next to Chimney Rock, you'll find the depiction of a covered wagon, paying homage to those brave pioneers who ventured into the unknown, seeking new opportunities and freedom. Above this evocative scene, the word Nebraska stands proudly, and the date, 1867, marks the year Nebraska was admitted to the Union. The classic inscriptions United States of America and E Pluribus Unum complete the reverse side, while the obverse features the familiar image of George Washington, along with the D mint mark, indicating this coin was minted in Denver. Millions of these Nebraska quarters were produced and released into circulation, making them a common sight in everyday transactions. But as any serious collector knows, the true value lies not in how many were minted but in their condition, rarity, and any unique minting errors they may possess. What sets the Nebraska quarter apart in the collector world? First, condition. Coins that have been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition with their original luster and crisp detail intact are highly sought after. Most quarters experience wear and tear, dulling their surface and softening the design, which lowers their value. But those that remain flawless are like time capsules, perfectly preserving a moment in history. Second, mint errors. Occasionally, coins slip through the minting process with unique anomalies, doubled dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks. These errors create variations that collectors treasure because they are rare and often one of a kind. The Nebraska quarter has some known varieties with doubling on the lettering or subtle shifts in the design that dramatically increase their desirability and market value. If you think you might have a Nebraska quarter from 2006 in your collection, it's worth taking a close look. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the details on the covered wagon and Chimney Rock. Look for any doubling effects on the letters or numbers and check if the coin is free from scratches, discoloration, or wear. The better the condition and the more unusual the minting, the more likely it is to fetch a premium price. For coins that exhibit these rare traits, professional grading and certification are key. Reputable services like PCGS or NGC examine and grade coins on their condition and authenticity, providing a trusted stamp of approval that can significantly increase a coin's market value. Now, for the exciting part, the value. While the majority of Nebraska quarters from 2006 trade for only their face value or a modest premium, one incredibly rare, flawless, and error-bearing example minted in Denver recently stunned collectors by commanding an extraordinary price at auction. That price, an impressive $50,000. Yes, $50,000 for a single Nebraska quarter. This is a perfect example of how a coin, seemingly ordinary in your pocket, can become an extraordinary treasure when history, rarity, and condition align. So next time you come across a Nebraska quarter from 2006, don't just overlook it. Take a closer look. It could be more valuable than you ever imagined. Third expensive coin, we're diving deep into a fascinating coin from the United States Mint, the Mississippi quarter, minted in Philadelphia in 2002. At first glance, it might look like just another piece of pocket change, but this quarter holds a rich story and a surprising value that many collectors dream about. So, stick with me as we explore the history, design, rarity, and potential worth of the Mississippi quarter. By the end of this video, you'll see why this small coin can pack a big punch. Mississippi, the Magnolia State, has a vibrant history dating back to its admission to the Union in 1817. The 2002 Mississippi quarter is part of the popular 50-state quarters program that ran from 1999 to 2008, designed to celebrate each state's unique heritage. The reverse side of this coin features a striking image of two magnolia blossoms surrounded by leaves, magnolias being the state flower and a symbol of beauty and strength. The word Mississippi arches above the blossoms, while 1817 and 2002 mark the years of statehood and coin issuance. Completing the design are the phrases, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and "United States of America." The obverse side features the classic profile of George Washington, with a P mint mark signaling this quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Millions of these quarters were released into circulation. So, why would any particular Mississippi quarter stand out to collectors? The answer lies in rarity and condition. Most of the Mississippi quarters you encounter have circulated heavily, showing wear and loss of detail. However, some have survived in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, boasting sharp details, a bright luster, and no signs of damage or handling. Coins in this pristine state are highly desirable because they represent a piece of history frozen in time. But there's more. Some Mississippi quarters carry minting errors that make them even more valuable. These errors might include doubled dies, where parts of the design appear doubled, off-center strikes, or missing details. Such anomalies are relatively rare and create a sort of numismatic fingerprint, turning a regular quarter into a collector's gem. If you're lucky enough to have a Mississippi quarter from 2002, it's worth examining closely. Grab a magnifying glass and inspect the magnolia blossoms and lettering carefully. Look for any doubling, irregularities, or off-center prints. Also, assess the coin's overall condition. Is it shiny and free from scratches, discoloration, or worn edges? If you spot any unusual features or have a coin that looks exceptionally well preserved, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations authenticate and grade coins, giving them an official status that can boost their market value dramatically. So, what could such a quarter be worth? While the majority of Mississippi quarters are worth only their face value or a small premium, one incredibly rare, flawless, and error-bearing Mississippi quarter from the Philadelphia Mint recently fetched an astonishing price at auction. That price? An impressive $40,000. Yes, $40,000 for a single quarter. This coin is a shining example of how a small, everyday object can become a highly prized collectible with the right mix of history, rarity, and condition. So next time you come across a Mississippi quarter from 2002, don't overlook it. Take a closer look, you might be holding a hidden treasure. Especially, we're turning our attention to a truly unique piece from the America the Beautiful Quarters series, the Great Sand Dunes quarter minted in Denver in 2014. This coin is much more than just a collectible. It's a tribute to one of America's most spectacular natural landmarks, and if you're lucky enough to own one in pristine condition, it could be worth a small fortune. So let's dig into the history, design, and what makes this quarter so special, including its incredible value in the collector's market. The Great Sand Dunes National Park and Preserve, located in Colorado, is home to the tallest sand dunes in North America. These majestic dunes rise dramatically against the backdrop of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, creating a breathtaking and unique landscape. The 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter captures this stunning scenery perfectly on its reverse side. You'll see the towering sand dunes in the foreground, with their smooth, sweeping ridges and the rugged mountain peaks behind, symbolizing the beauty and ruggedness of this protected natural wonder. Surrounding this striking image are the words Great Sand Dunes, Colorado, and 2014, along with the classic E Pluribus Unum and United States of America. On the front, you'll find the familiar profile of George Washington, marked with a D to indicate it was minted at Denver, while millions of these quarters were produced and circulated. What sets certain Great Sand Dunes quarters apart is their condition and any unique minting variations. Most quarters you find in your change will show signs of wear, scratches, fading, or dulling from years of use. But coins that have been preserved in near-perfect, Uncirculated condition retain their original shine and crisp detail, making them highly sought after by collectors. Even more exciting for collectors are coins with minting errors or unusual variations. These could include double dies, off-center strikes, or subtle inconsistencies in the design that occurred during the minting process. Such errors are like numismatic mistakes that actually add tremendous value because they're rare and unique. If you happen to have a Great Sand Dunes quarter from 2014, it's worth taking a closer look. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the details on the dunes and mountains. Look for any doubling of letters or numbers and check for imperfections that might signal an error coin. Also, examine the coin's overall condition. Is it bright, clean, and free of scratches or wear? For coins in exceptional condition or those displaying rare mint errors. Professional grading by organizations such as PCGS or NGC can authenticate and assign a grade that significantly increases the coin's market value. So, how much could a rare, pristine, or error-bearing Great Sand Dunes quarter be worth? While most circulate at face value or a small premium, there have been remarkable sales where an outstanding specimen has brought an astonishing price. That price? A remarkable $30,000. Yes, $30,000 for a single quarter, a perfect example of how history, natural beauty, rarity, and condition come together to create a valuable treasure. Next time you come across a Great Sand Dunes quarter from 2014, don't just pocket it without a thought. Give it a careful look. You might be holding something far more valuable than you realize. Last unique coin, we're shining a spotlight on a truly remarkable piece, the United States $quarter coin for New Hampshire, minted in Philadelphia in the year 2000. This quarter isn't just a coin you find in your pocket, it's a window into history, art, and the unique heritage of the Granite State. But beyond its historical significance, this coin holds surprising value that can catch many collectors off guard. So, let's take a detailed journey through its background, design, rarity, and ultimately, its worth in the collector's market. New Hampshire, known as the Granite State, is steeped in American history as one of the original 13 colonies and the 9th state admitted to the Union in 1788. The 2000 New Hampshire quarter is part of the beloved 50-state quarters program that ran from 1999 to 2008. This program sought to celebrate each state's unique heritage through beautifully crafted coin designs that tell a story. The reverse side of the New Hampshire quarter features a striking and symbolic image of the Old Man of the Mountain, a famous natural rock formation that was a beloved state symbol for centuries before its unfortunate collapse in 2003. This rugged rock profile captures the essence of New Hampshire's rugged terrain and natural beauty. Surrounding the image are inscriptions that include New Hampshire, 1788, to mark the year of statehood, and 2000, the year the coin was minted. Completing the design are the classic phrases E pluribus unum and United States of America. On the obverse side, you'll find the familiar profile of George Washington, alongside the P mint mark indicating this coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. Millions of these quarters were struck and circulated, which at first glance might suggest they're common and of little monetary value. However, as with many coins, the devil is in the details, specifically in the coin's condition, rarity, and any unique minting quirks. Most New Hampshire quarters you find in change have been heavily circulated, showing where that dulls the intricate details of the Old Man of the Mountain and softens the lettering. But those quarters preserved in uncirculated, mint condition are a whole different story. Coins with sharp details, a brilliant original luster, and no blemishes or scratches are incredibly sought after. They represent a frozen moment in time, and collectors prize them highly. Even more valuable are New Hampshire quarters with minting errors. These errors could include double dies, where design elements appear doubled, off-center strikes, where the coin's image is misaligned, or other anomalies introduced during the minting process. Such error coins are extremely rare and carry a premium because each one is unique. If you have a New Hampshire quarter from 2000, it's definitely worth giving it a close look. Use a loupe or magnifying glass to inspect the rock formation and lettering for any signs of doubling or irregularities. Check the coin's surface for scratches or discoloration and assess its overall condition. The better preserved and more unique your coin, the higher its value in the collector's market. Professional grading and certification from trusted services like PCGS or NGC can greatly enhance the value of exceptional coins. These organizations authenticate coins and provide an official grade, which collectors rely on to determine value. So, how valuable can a New Hampshire quarter from 2000 really be? While most trade for just above face value, a rare, flawless, and error-bearing specimen recently captured the attention of collectors by selling for an incredible price. That price? A staggering $66,000. Yes, $66,000 for a single quarter, proof that even everyday coins can become extraordinary treasures when history, rarity, and condition align perfectly. Next time you stumble upon a New Hampshire quarter, take a moment to appreciate the story behind it. It might just be worth far more than you ever imagined. Thanks for watching and exploring this amazing coin with me. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future coin adventures. Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and treasure the history in your hands.